Welcome back, everyone. Today, in this explainer, we're unpacking something I'm super excited about, the sector mosaic. You know, it's like a giant puzzle where we piece together the exact corporate moves, the leadership shakeups, and the massive capital deployments that are literally driving Indian market shifts right now. We've got 11 specific companies to look at today, and we're going to see the strategic human decisions behind all these numbers. Okay, let's dive into this. So here is our roadmap for today. We're breaking down developments across 5 key sectors. 1. Tech and future engineering. 2. Infrastructure and auto manufacturing. 3. Telecom and financial moves. 4. Health and nutritional sciences. And finally, 5. Consumer goods and spirits. Let's kick things off with Section 1, Tech and Feature Engineering, where AI is absolutely leading the charge. First up on our radar is Tata Consultancy Services, or TCS. Now, they saw a nice little positive bump of 0.88%. But if we look past the ticker tape for a second, what's actually driving this optimism? Well, it all comes down to a major new development in their physical infrastructure. Get this. TCS has just opened India's very first Oracle AI data platform lab over in Calcutta. And they aren't stopping there. They've got an aggressive plan to expand this to 4 additional cities over the next 3 years. The whole point of this facility? To speed up AI adoption for businesses. They are literally building the exact staging grounds where traditional companies will go to transform into AI-driven enterprises. And this brilliantly illustrates how they are accelerating business AI adoption. Next, we have LTM. They edged up just a bit, about 0.24%. Now, while TCS is focused on building out those physical labs, it's fascinating to see LTM pivoting toward human capital. They've strategically launched what they're calling the AI 1000 program. It's specifically aimed at training forward-deployed engineers. Because, having the fancy AI tools is really only half the battle, right? You absolutely need highly specialized engineers ready to deploy these solutions out in the field. So, LTM is investing directly in that future workforce. Okay, shifting gears a bit to Section 2, Infrastructure and Auto Manufacturing, building the physical world. We are moving from the digital landscape straight into physical manufacturing and resource management. Our next company is NLC India, and they are showcasing a very strong gain today of 2.06%. This jump is directly tied to a major operational win. Basically, NLC India has just been chosen as the preferred bidder for the Parvatipur Vanadium, Titanium, and Aluminous Laterite block located in Sangareddy, Telangana. Securing a critical mining block like this, it's a massive long-term asset play that gives them direct access to highly valuable industrial materials. Now, moving over to the consumer side of things, let's look at Tata Motors passenger vehicles. They posted a solid 1.05% gain. But when an auto manufacturer sees a bump like this alongside a specific corporate pricing decision, it tells us a whole lot about the broader economy. So here's the deal. They plan to implement a price hike of up to 1.5% for their vehicles starting July 1st, 2026. And the reasons they specifically cite? Rising input costs and inflation. Why does this matter to you? Well, it's a perfect real-world example of how macroeconomic pressures, like the rising cost of raw materials, are eventually passed straight down to the consumer level just to protect those corporate margins. Keeping the momentum going, let's jump into Section 3, Telecom and Financial Moves, Funding the Future. Next up on the board, Vodafone Idea. And wow, they command some serious attention today with a massive 5.65% surge. Whenever you see a spike this huge in the telecom space, you just know there is a massive financial green light behind it. So, the crucial point is that shareholders have officially greenlit a staggering 4,730 crore rupee investment, and this is backed directly by the Aditya Birla Group. To put that into perspective, this isn't just everyday funding. It's a huge signal of promoter confidence and long-term stability for Vodafone Idea, which completely explains that highly enthusiastic market reaction we just saw. Meanwhile, over in the financial sector, we have Tata Capital. They saw a really nice 1.17% bump. This one is driven by some upcoming boardroom action. The company is set to consider a proposal on June 17th to raise funds via non-convertible debentures, or NCDs, on a private placement basis. It's a highly strategic move to optimize their capital structure and basically keep their financial engine primed for future lending and growth. All right, pivoting now to Section 4, Health and Nutritional Sciences, Clinical Trials, and IPO Pops. Taking the front page headline here is Supin Life Sciences, with a very strong 3.15% gain. And in the biotech and pharmaceutical space, absolutely nothing moves the needle quite like clinical trial updates. It turns out they recently shared 3 posters focusing on their drug Samalizent at the Sleep 2026 meeting. Crucially, they featured their phase 3 narcolepsy study, alongside highlights of some really positive phase 2 results. Now, for investors, seeing a drug successfully progress through these rigorous phases toward actual commercial viability, that is exactly the kind of fundamental progress that drives a stock upward. Speaking of incredibly strong upward movement, let's look at Hexagon Nutrition. They delivered a massive, and I mean massive, 12.58% pop. But this isn't just your regular trading day movement. No, this is a story about a highly anticipated market debut. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the gap we're seeing. Hexagon Nutrition had an issue price set at 45 rupees per share. But when the bell actually rang, it listed on the BSE at 48 rupees. That 3 rupee premium right out of the gate represents immediate, robust market demand. It shows serious investor appetite for this nutritional science company from day one. Let's bring it home with our final segment, Section 5, Consumer Goods and Spirits, Leadership and Premium Expansion. Our first company here is Radico Khaitan Limited, posting a really solid 2.73% rise. Their strategic move is practically a textbook play in premiumization. They are introducing a brand new premium After Dark Blue whiskey to really enhance their deluxe market presence. They're starting the rollout in Uttar Pradesh before expanding out to other areas. With this updated design and packaging, they are clearly anticipating increased growth by targeting a higher-end consumer demographic. Now, let's take a look at some corporate executives shuffling over at Procter & Gamble's Hygiene and Healthcare. They saw a very slight dip of 0.33%. While the market reaction is pretty mild, the leadership transition happening behind the scenes inside the company is actually quite significant. And right parallel to that, we have Gillette India. They posted a slight gain of 0.27%. Now you might be wondering, why group these two together? Well, because there's a fascinating connection right now between the boardrooms of these two massive consumer giants. Let's move to ending and see how this builds out. At P&G Hygiene, Girish Kalyanaraman leaves his VP post on July 1st. But he isn't going far at all. On that exact same day, July 1st, he starts as the new VP for grooming at Gillette India, taking over for 2 executives who are stepping down the day before. It's basically a fascinating game of executive musical chairs across major consumer entities. We've covered a lot of ground today, haven't we? Looking at the individual moves of 11 major players across 5 incredibly diverse sectors. We've seen how a new AI data platform in Kolkata or a shift in executive leadership at a consumer goods giant can ripple outward. The sector mosaic is complex, sure, but it's built piece by piece through the very strategic decisions we've mapped out in this explainer. So, I'll leave you with this question to think about. From cutting-edge AI labs to the rollout of premium whiskey, which of these shifting sectors do you think will be the one driving your portfolio tomorrow? Think on that and keep learning.